Hey fam, it is your girl, the one and the only Spicy, and I'm here today with another pick a card reading. I hope everyone is doing well and that everyone is having a blessed day today. The reading topic is going to be, what would a tarot reader tell them about you? So if someone was to go to a tarot reader and consulted them and wanted to know a little bit more information about you, and also if you would be successful in a relationship with them right now, since we're looking at the current energy right now, this is what that tarot reader would tell them. So really, we're going to be looking at, your personality type and characteristics, your interests, what's important to you, and of course, if you would be successful in a relationship with them. I often find that whenever I've consulted a tarot reading about someone, it's always been within the realm of love and relationships. So we can do that today. I'll try to bring in some general information. But I find that people typically want to know more about love. So we can make this a love geared reading, which isn't a bad thing. I love love. I love it. But not that struggle love. We can keep that struggle love never. We could let that go. So with that being said, y'all, how it's going to work is you're going to pick a pile. You can go ahead and pause the video right now if you would like to. Then you would go to the timestamps and you would literally select the pile that you chose. Click that timestamp and it will take you straight to your reading. So I hope everyone is having a blessed day. Like I said, go ahead and pause the video right now if you need to. If you would like any information about how you can get into contact with me, all of that is within the description box. But until then, I will see you at your reading and enjoy it. All right, fam. So if you chose pile one, which is the Muse Tarot with the rose quartz crystal, I'm going to go ahead and start your reading right now. I hope everyone is having a blessed day. The topic for this reading is, what would a tarot reader tell them about you? So what would that tarot reader tell them about you? I'm going to get some cards out. And we're going to start the process. We're going to start the process. I'm just going to get some clarification cards now. All right, so if someone was to consult a tarot reader about you, if someone was to consult a tarot reader about you, what they would say as far as within your personality type and characteristics is that you are, I feel like this is the energy of a single person, or even someone who doesn't really have any kids right now. I feel like this is the energy of someone who may not have any kids, because there's just an air of independence that I'm kind of getting from you. Like an independent, I kind of live life on my, well, not kind of, but I live life on my own terms. So you're someone that if this person was trying to, tie down, or, no, this person must be with me, I don't think that that's something that's really going to work for you, because you're someone who's, you're very active. I kind of got type of an impulsive type of energy, but I feel like you're an active person, but only because right now you really want to be able to build up a strong foundation for yourself. So I don't even know if you would even be susceptible to being in a relationship with someone right now. Like, I don't even think that's something that you could actually really want. So a tarot reader would tell them that, you're active right now. You're literally trying to, find a sense of balance and stability within your life. I think that that's where a lot of your attention is going into. And you're also an independent person. So I feel like you're someone right now who works alone. It's just the energy of someone who's literally trying to figure it all out and trying to get it together. So you're working on some heavy things here. It has to do with your sense of independence. A lot of you all could be business owners or entrepreneurs, or someone who's just trying to legitimize an idea. You're trying to find your footing in life right now. And you're also someone who doesn't, I don't even think you have time to really talk or entertain anyone right now either. So even though these cards are in the reverse, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just blocked energies. And when things are blocked, as humans, what we do is we're going to be flexible and adaptable with that thing that's blocked, and we're going to literally find a way and go go a different way. It reminds me of like just water, and you know how flowy water is, and it can flow into places, but if you was to block the path of that water, the water is not going to stop flowing. It's just going to flow in a different direction. And I think that that's the type of energy that you're in right now. So if anything's blocked, you're just going to flow in a different way. So right now as well, you are someone within your personality, you are someone that doesn't really have too much time for the chit chat for messages, because you're literally trying to solidify things. So right now where you're at is you're in a very serious time period of your life where you're literally trying to get your footing. You're trying to, figure things out. You're trying to get things together. Yeah, especially with the 8 of Cups here. I feel like a lot of you all might have at a certain point invested a lot of time into a previous relationship that you had. So right now, you're really just trying to focus on you. The tarot reader would tell that person you're literally trying to focus on you. You're moving on from things that may not have served you in the past. Yes, I think that you are dealing with some blocked energies within your life right now, within your ability to maybe see the full spectrum of things. But regardless of what's going on with you, you know that at the end of the day, you just have to keep walking, because it's all about your soul's growth and it's all about your evolution. So you're in a very serious time period right now where you're literally trying to get things together. And because you're focused on, creating a sense of balance, stability, harmony within your life, you all are independent. So, if you're trying to come up with, business ideas and different things like that, it would definitely, my advice to you is to definitely try to get with a support system, or to get with a mentor or someone that can help you, because you've been doing things independently. So you need some help. That's all I can say. But regardless of that, a tarot reader would tell them right now that love may not be at the forefront of your mind, because you're literally trying to live a life and you're looking for something that you feel like you need. And it's not just something superficial, not like, oh, well, I need a pair of shoes, so let me go buy a pair of shoes. It's like whatever you're looking for is something, major. It's a big thing. This is a major cycle for you. So you're literally trying to get what you need out of this cycle to help, enrich the rest of your life. I feel like a tarot reader would tell them that. Also, you're not really in a place right now where I think a tarot reader will also tell them that right now you're not really in a place to where you can be emotionally available for another person in that way. And it's not to say that you can't do it. I just think that you really aren't in the place right now to have to compromise, yourself for maybe the needs of another person. And it's not to say that if it's not the right person, you wouldn't do it. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that you're not really in a place to do that right now. Yeah, especially with the 3 of Swords. It's just like this card is definitely very dark, and it symbolizes, it's a lot of crying, it's heartbreak, it's disappointments. This person literally feels like they're alone. And I'm not saying that, you're alone, but I'm just saying that you have your own emotional things that you are dealing with. You have your own emotions that you're dealing with, and it's heavy and it's great, and it doesn't really put you in a place to where you can then go extend your energy to someone else, because you're literally trying to get yourself together. Like you're trying to work on yourself, and it doesn't put you in a place to where you can be into where you can have that type of fulfilling relationship for someone else in which they can be fulfilled. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with you. It just means that if this person went to a tarot reader and was expecting a relationship right now, the answer that they would get is no. You would not be able to have a successful relationship with this person right now because they have other things going on with their life. And it just is what it is. And I do believe that if this person somehow manipulated the situation to try to get you into a relationship with them, they still wouldn't be fulfilled. They still wouldn't be fulfilled. And if you try to just say, you know what, let me just try and get into a relationship with them as well, you wouldn't be fulfilled either, because you would be doing something that's not really natural to what you actually should be doing. So if y'all was to, disregard, if that person disregarded what the tarot reader told them and still tried to get with you, and if you was like, let me disregard my current life circumstances situation to go get with this person, the relationship wouldn't evolve and it wouldn't develop because the energy is not right. So one or both of y'all would be lying and deceiving and manipulating the other person, and the strong foundation for a relationship to persist, it just would never be built. You're not even in the place right now where you can be building a foundation with someone else. You're literally trying to get your life together. So if y'all manipulated things, it's like it would just be a whole bunch of lying and disappointment, and the relationship really wouldn't get off the ground in the way in which you would potentially like because you tried, and then that other person would like because they decided they wanted to control the situation. But even with you, I'm just getting an air of impulse from you. Just the air of impulse. It's like you're very active and you're trying multiple things. You're active and you're trying multiple things, and you're also independent as well. But I'm gonna see if I can get some other cards as far as what a tarot reader would tell them about you, and just figuring out what's important to you. I'm gonna take some the cards from the goddess deck, and then I'm also gonna take something from Hip Hop Queens. But yeah, focus. Like I said, you're focused on your own sense of stability and your sense of home, but it has to do with you. And it's like you're not necessarily going to be able to put the focus and attention into this person because you're focused on what you specifically have going on. So that's important to you right now. So if there's like I said, any type of foundation or things that you're building, you're trying to get your life together, you would benefit from getting help. You would benefit from getting some type of support. Whatever support looks like for you. So if you don't need help with resources to get your life together, then you may just need help with someone for emotional guidance and support, or like a therapist, just to make sure that you're keeping your mood in check as you're going about life, and then also revelation. So yeah, you're just, if anything right now, I think that this person definitely can sense that, you're a beautiful person and you're someone that they will want to be around within their life. But at the same time, you're still trying to figure out your situation and the end of your situation. Like, what does the end look like for me? Like, what goal should I accomplish right now at this time? And actually attaching, your emotions to your goal. Because it's like, if your goal right now is to become independent and to move into your own place, then you're going to work as hard as you can to get there. And then once you get there, like, okay, I focused on my stability. Maybe now I can think of a relationship. But right now, you're just putting in as much dedication and determination as you can to see the end of a goal or something that you've projected for yourself, whatever that is. So that's kind of what you're focused on right now. That's what's important to you. And then let's get some Hip Hop Queens to see if there's any other, if there's any other things that we can get as far as, what is just important to you at this time. And resilience. Yeah, resilience with Lil Kim. So I want to get you another one. I'm gonna get you another one because I actually like these cards a lot. Resilience and personality. So it's not that this person can't sense you know, just how great and amazing it could potentially be to be in a relationship with you. Because but this is something they don't know is resilience. Like you've definitely experienced a lot. And at the end of the day, to have resilience, that means that you're going to get up and you're going to keep going. You have the ability to bounce back no matter what it is that is going on with you or what you've experienced. You have the ability to bounce back from any and all situation. So even though this is just a temporary, it's a cycle, it's something temporary with you, you're trying to get yourself together. It's like a tarot reader would tell them that, like, you know, this is what they're doing right now at this time, but it's not that they won't be successful because you have the ability to be successful. It's just the reason why this person is attracted to you right now, despite the things that that's going on with you. And the reason why this person would think about you is the fact of just, even with Cardi B and personality, it's just how, you know how Cardi B is. She's going to be extra. She's going to be over the top. In a sense that's dramatic. She's going to be dramatic, and it seems like she really does have a certain level of passion that she attaches to just herself and to her career. So it's just the fact that people see how passionate you are, and they also see how personable you are. They might really like your attitude and just how you kind of go about life. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to, stepping away from the camera, especially if you're on social media, is stepping away from the camera is like you're very serious. Like this is a very serious time period in your life right now with, what you're going through and what you're dealing with. So tarot reader will tell them that as well. It's like, just because you see them popping on social media and just in their appearance and how they show themselves, it doesn't mean that they're not working. They're working behind the scenes, like, and that's really what that is. So I got a card that jumped out. I wanted to get something else about you before we ended this reading for today. But ultimately, this is amazing. You guys have the Light Priestess, and this deck is actually the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. I've wanted this deck forever. Like, I've literally wanted this deck for the past couple of years, and I finally decided to purchase it. But yeah, essentially, something else, yeah, they're definitely attracted to just the beauty that you have within you, and you really make people want to be with you because it's your personality, it's how you portray yourself, and being fun and being out there, and then also maybe how you dress as well. So you definitely inspire people to want to, be with you. But a tarot reader will also tell them, like, look, like, this person is more behind the scenes than just that. Like, you, with Light Priestess, Galactic Wisdom, and Cosmic Ritual, it's like you are someone who has a sense of knowing. With Light Priestess, it lets me know that when it comes down to your intuition, you definitely follow your intuition, to the best of your ability. If you don't do it all the time, you're doing it to the best of your ability, and you're just trusting yourself. You're trusting yourself. You could also be very spiritual in nature. For some reason, I'm getting Sagittarius vibes. But yeah, you're very spiritual in nature. And I think that this aspect of the spirituality within you, or your intuition, has been what has helped you to remain resilient. Because at the end of the day, you're always, you have no issue with walking away from situations to go get what you need. And that's something that a tarot reader would tell them, is like, look, if you was to try to step to this person with this relationship, is like, best believe that there's a possibility that if it's not right, if it's not together, that person would leave to go get what they needed, or they might not even want to attach themselves to you at all. So it's kind of like, it's just in a sense to say, like, regardless of where you are, even for you, I don't think that you should try to manipulate situations with people, because look at your life circumstance. This is what you're dealing with, and you're invested in changing your life. So you might as well just keep doing what you're doing. But with that being said, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that you were able to utilize this information to your highest advantage, to your progressive development. And I will see y'all in another reading. Have a blessed day, and see you soon. Hey fam, if you chose pile 2, which is the Mystic Mondays tarot deck, the Mystic Mondays tarot deck with the amethyst, I'm going to go ahead and get started with your reading right now. The topic is, what would a tarot reader tell them about you? We'll look at your personality type, characteristics, maybe your interests, what's important to you, and then also if you would be successful in a relationship with them right now, and whatnot. So we're going to be looking into that. I hope everyone is having a blessed day thus far, and I hope you enjoy this reading. Go ahead and move the amethyst out the way. Ooh. Sorry if you guys can hear the extra noise. I have some inconsiderate neighbors that may have some issues. So if you guys have any suggestions on things to do for inconsiderate neighbors, let me know. Let me know. All right, y'all. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So if someone was to consult a tarot reader about you, some different things that I feel like that they would tell this person is that when it comes down to relationships, there's actually a high likelihood and possibility, depending on who that person is, depending on if you are compatible, depending on a lot of things. But when it comes down to you and relationships, you're someone who is like a builder. It just reminds me of someone who, it reminds me of like an architect or engineer, or I don't know, just kind of gives me Virgo energies and vibes. But I feel like when it comes to romance, you would actually be very successful in a relationship with them, because you understand the process of creating. You understand the process of creation. Even if it's creating a relationship, you understand the process of building and building things from scratch. So you would be someone that is highly likely to build a foundation when it comes to relationships. You have the mental ability. You're also someone who understands repetition. So you understand that in order to become proficient at something, you have to repeatedly put your energy into it and take your time. You're also someone who is very patient. You're someone who's very patient. You're someone who, yes, you may have, boundaries, healthy boundaries for how you interact with your outside world and with others. But you also are someone who doesn't allow the things that have happened to you to get in the way of you being able to build something healthy. So you're someone who, regardless of how many breakups that you've had or how dramatic or traumatic that they have been, you still have the ability to separate yourself from that relationship and to keep persistent and keep moving on. You're also someone who, if presented with anxiety, you would rather let the anxiety go as opposed to holding on to it. So you just seem like a very healthy type of individual. Like, the personality traits and characteristics that you have are very healthy. You are someone that understands boundaries. You understand boundaries, and you're also very mentally strong and also agile. You could also be physically strong as well, but you don't really back down from things. And I think you don't back down from things because you understand, you have a proper awareness of just who you are. And there's something that's coming through here where it's kind of like you understand your body. Like, you understand your body, you understand your being. And because you have a good understanding of who you are, you're not afraid to interact with the outside world. You're someone who could definitely be extroverted, but you don't have to necessarily be extroverted. At the end of the day, you can interact with the outside world and be okay. You're someone who isn't really fearful of too many things. You're not really fearful of too many things. And you are someone who, even right now, I feel like you actually do want to be in a relationship, but you also understand that relationships take time. That's something that a tarot reader would tell them. It's like, don't just jump and think that you can just go and get straight into a serious relationship with this person. You're someone who understands time, and you're someone who understands patience, and you're someone who understands that if you want to create something beautiful, beautiful, it takes time. It takes time to create things that are beautiful, it takes time. It reminds me of, like, some car companies who it might take them a day to build a car, and then other car companies, because it might be more of a luxurious brand, it might take a week to build one car. You feel what I'm trying to say? Just as opposed to just constantly producing and producing. It's like when you produce, you may produce at a lower rate, like not as fast as someone else, but when you pop out with what you have, it's so beautiful, and you can tell that you took your time with it. So that's the type of person that you are. You don't allow stress and fear to get in your way. You would rather interact with the outside world. You would rather just be and just represent yourself as being strong. So it's just a place of strength within you and foundation. Like, your foundation is definitely very strong, and I feel like that could be emotionally, that could be physically, like physically strong, that could just be mentally. But how you interact with others is, yes, you do have healthy boundaries in a way, but you're also very inviting. You're very inviting, and you don't allow fear to get in your way. Like, fear isn't a factor. Okay, fear is not a factor when it comes to you at all. Fear is not a factor. I'm gonna get some more cards now and see what's going on. Yeah. Especially with the Nine of Pentacles. So you are a very independent people. You're a very independent person. I think this is why fear doesn't get in your way, because you've been working on your own personal foundation and stability. Like, that's what you've been working on, and you know that things take time. So it's not really daunting. Things in life aren't really daunting to you. You can accomplish anything that you put your mind to, because you know what the formula is. You know that it takes you having to put consistent energy to develop a proficiency. But you all are definitely very attractive people. You're very attractive. Whatever you're doing right now, whatever you're doing right now within your career is giving you the opportunity. If it hasn't yet, it's leading up to it, where it's giving you the opportunity to focus on your self-care, to focus on how you're perceived. That's important to you. But at the same time, people can't play you, because they may not even know, but you really have this amazing strength within you, where you have the ability to see things as they are. You can see things as they are, like no emotions, nothing in it. It just is what it is, and you can move accordingly, because you don't allow your emotions to dictate every single action. Yes, feel, but at the end of the day, we must be logical, and we must have the ability to reason within our mind to see if something's for us or not. And you have the ability to do that. But I can definitely see why this person will want to attach themselves to you, or wants to know more about you, because you just have things together. Like, as far as how they perceive you, they could perceive you as being very beautiful, as having all that you need, as being stable. And this is probably why that person would inquire about you for a relationship. But yeah, you're very focused on your own firm foundation. But as far as you being in a relationship, you would be very successful at it, and you would actually be a good catch. That's just what I got, a good catch. So I see why this person is interested in you at this time, because you're definitely, right now, you're a good catch. Right now, fear doesn't really get in the way, or anxiety. You let those things go, and especially fear and anxiety attached to other people. You have the ability to let that thing go and to focus solely on what it is that you want. That's what you're doing right now. But at the end of the day, you just have this amazing ability to just walk in life, and to just anything you're confronted with, you're just kind of like, okay, well, what do I need to do? Is this a fight, or is this a flight type of situation? Okay, but you're well equipped. You're definitely well equipped, and you're also someone who may have an interest in weapons. That's something I just got. So you may also know how to protect yourself, in the different ways that we can protect ourselves from the outside world. You might be very skilled. You also might be, what I just got was tactics or something like that. So you can be someone that's good at that, or even someone who's really good at survival as well, like being able to survive outside. Something I'm seeing. But yeah, let's move on and just figure out, what's important to you at this point in time. Like, what would a tarot reader tell them? What's important to you? We have water. Water is important to you. You could be a Pisces. You could be a Pisces. You could even be a Cancer. Water. And then we also have illusions. So yeah, I think one of the most important things to you right now at this time is just, it's just operating within life from just a different way, you know. And I think this is a way that you're not essentially used to either, but I think this is a way that you had to kind of grow into. I feel like for some reason I kind of got control. So a tarot reader would tell them, like, maybe in the past this person tried to control everything within their life, but at a certain point in time they just figured that it was less stressful to not control anything and just to allow things to happen. So that's something that is going on with you right now. I feel like at a certain point in time, and what even caused you to have anxiety in your past was maybe anxiety trying to hold things together. I think that you have been burnt by people. I think that you have been through experiences with people, and I think your experiences have definitely taught you. So now you have a better way. Now you understand how to interact with your outside world. You know, I feel like in the way in which you were interacting before, you were ill-equipped. You didn't know how people act. You didn't know how people are. You know, you didn't know how people are. You maybe weren't aware of different personality types. You probably didn't really, it's like, it's not even your fault. It's just the energy of someone going out into the world and just not even knowing how to interact with it, you know. And so because if someone doesn't know how to interact with the outside world, they're at a more likelihood of being victimized, you know. They're at a more likelihood of being taken advantage of. And I think that that's something that you've dealt with in the past. But now it's like you've dealt with that, then you went to the other extreme of trying to control things. But I feel like now you're finally in the middle to where you understand that, like, yo, life is going to happen, but the best thing that I can do is make sure that I'm well equipped to deal with life. But when you're well equipped to deal with life, it gives you a certain type of confidence, especially when you can just be like, you know what, I'm going to go out and live today. I'm not going to be in fear. You know, there's some people who literally can't go out like and do something because it's so much fear surrounding that thing. But if you equip yourself, if you know that, okay, my safety comes first, I'm gonna make sure I have these things in a row, just in case, you know, making sure I'm prepared, and then I'm gonna just go out and live life and have fun. So that's you know, you finally at a place now to where you feel like you can allow things to just flow as is. But you also have just especially with 33 being a master number, it's like you just have you've mastered just how to interact with your outside world. Like, you've gotten to that point to where you know how to be open enough and flexible to new information, to new things, to new people, to new places. But at the same time, you can say when, okay, this is enough is enough. This doesn't really work for me. I'm open, but this does not work for me. You know what I'm trying to say? A tarot reader could tell them that. As far as even with illusions as well, yeah, you're just someone who you have the ability to, of course, to see things exactly as they are. And I just think that's because you have a better understanding of who you are. So you understand things from a different way. But also as a master, it's like you've mastered and understand not only just yourself, but how, like I said, how to interact with other people. But within you having the ability to do that, it just puts you in a place of just having a different type of vision to where you can see through things and you're not really stuck in illusion. So a tarot reader will tell them, like, look, you got to come correct with this person. You have to. They have the ability to build a strong relationship. You know, they're going to put in, at this point in time, right now, this person would actually put into a relationship. But at the same time, if you're not coming correct, then you just let it go, because this person's going to see through that as well. You know, you're going to see through it, and you also have the ability to take action on what you see. You know how sometimes people, they literally can find out that someone's doing them dirty, or that a relationship or a friendship just isn't right for them, or a job isn't right for them, but they stay there. It's like, you're not that type of person. You just not going to forgive anything just because you have to put yourself first. So you just like, look, well, you can forgive, but you know what I'm trying to say? You're not going to forget. You're going to cut that person off. So it's like, yeah, just because you did that doesn't mean I have to stay in a relationship with you. I'm about to go move on and do what's good for me. Like, so a tarot reader will tell them, like, look, you want to deal with this person, they can have a fulfilling relationship with you, but you can't don't think that you could just get over on this person and they're just not going to say anything at all. So with Angel and Aaliyah, the reasons why I think that this person could even be really enamored with you right now is just the fact that you're different and you're not the same. You know, you're not the same. You're not the same as other people. In a sense, you have an air of mystery around you. I was about to say mysterious around you. You have an air of mystery around you. And especially as the Nine of Pentacles, it's like that person could really wonder, like, how do you do what you do? Like, how have you built yourself up in this way, like, you know, and it's just a mystery. No one really knows. So I think that this person's just really curious about just you and what's behind you, like, and what you do and the processes and that you undergo just to be who you are. But they also like the fact that you're just different. You have a different style, a different way about doing things. They could also very much like your ego as well. Because as the Nine of Pentacles, come on now, like, you're living through a sense of unconditional love to even get to that point, but you got an ego too. You got an ego. So they probably want to know, like, you know, how this person do how they do, like, what is it that they do? Here, yes, y'all have a confidence about you. So this is something else that they could really like. And that's really how Gangsta Boo was. She really did have confidence and she was different. And at the point in time in which she came out in rap, it was like, I mean, rap is always constantly changing. Hip hop is always constantly changing. But just with her and Gangsta Boo, if it seems like she had the type of like bravado about her, and she was really all about this cash. Like, that's what she was about. She was like about this cash. So it's just your ego. And they really want to understand, like, what it is, but it's so mysterious and it's so elusive to them. It's like they don't know. So if anything, I think that this person is just, I mean, of course they're consulting a tarot reader about you, but if anything, it's just you even more so have an air of mystery about you. And this person, it's like this person want to be all up in your grill, like, I don't know who inquiring about you, but it's like they really want to be all up in your grill. So there must be something that you're doing right. You might keep your business out the streets. So can't nobody ever pinpoint you to anything, you know what I'm trying to say, to any mess, to anything. They can't. And even if they try to, it's like, it's not validated. You know, is it valid? Is this true? So you just have an air of mystery around you that would attract someone to you. But yeah, I mean, it just depends on whoever it is that's asking about you, but and what's going on with them. But as far as with you, it's like I kind of get clear skies, but you're not a weak person at all. So, you know, you're not weak. So let's get something else about you, and then we're gonna wrap up the reading for today. I hope you definitely enjoyed it, and I hope it was able to benefit you. All right, so I had one that wanted to show itself. It said, I want to show myself today. All right, and you have the Mother Awakens with 3. So yeah, y'all are definitely, this is definitely big Empress energy. This is big divine feminine energy. Like, this is big Empress energy. But a lot of you all, another reason why this person would be asking about you too is just within your sense of femininity. And it's like, that's why I said it's like you're elusive, you're beautiful, you're mysterious, but you're also very much a heavy hitter, and you do have an ego about you. Like that, you know, it's an ego. Like, well, you will utilize your ego, but I think it's more so with through confidence. That's how you utilize your ego, through confidence. And then it also helps to for you, you're actually really strong, you know, but that also helps with how you interact with your outside world. So definitely Queen of Wand energy that came up here as well. But with the Mother Awakens, compassion, nurture, and guidance, I feel like if this person wanted to know if you would be very successful in a relationship, I've answered this already. Yes, right now, yes, because you understand these things. You understand how to nurture things. You understand that things take time, especially with that 7 of Pentacles. But I don't want to mess up the cards by doing all that. But things take time. You do know how to nurture things. You do know how to help build a foundation. So, I mean, I'm not trying to say babies too, but you would be a good person to, you know, be in a relationship with, and then eventually get to the point of deciding to, you know, have kids and deciding to extend your family. So, Yeah, that's the energy that I'm really getting within you. A lot of you all, despite the things that you've been through, those things don't hold you back. You still very much live, and you love, and you really radiate peace and harmony. And you put effort into creating these types of circumstances. You put effort into doing that. And right now, I think you would, be most likely to be able to still do that despite, what's going on with you. But you're just someone who's moved past your past, and you can still live life, in a colorful way. And I kind of got gregarious too. So you can live your life in a way that still is fulfilling to you despite the things that you've been through. And yeah, and you still have the ability to still love despite what you went through. You still have the ability to, nurture these things and build up a foundation. And you've put yourself in a place to where you're no longer trying to control things in that way and try to manipulate things. It's like you just live, you live, and you just kind of go with the flow of things, but you also protect yourself when you have to. So I definitely hope that this reading was helpful. I hope that you were able to get some guidance and that you could use this information to your best advantage for your own progressive development. And with that being said, y'all, I will see y'all in the next reading, and I hope you all have a blessed day. All right, fam, we're back. We're back with pile 3. I hope everyone is doing well today, and I'm going to go ahead and get into your reading. This topic for today is, what would a tarot reader tell them about you? What would a tarot reader tell them about you? We're going to be looking at your personality, any characteristics, any interests, also what's important to you. But a question that I will be answering while I'm doing the reading is, would you be successful in a relationship with them right now? Because oftentimes I find that if someone wants to consult about someone, it's always in the realm of, are we gonna fall in love or not? So I just was like, you know what, let me just answer that question as I'm going along. Let me just do that. Let me just do that. When I tell y'all, the 4 of Wands literally came up in I feel like 4 of Wands came up in every single pile. Literally. The 4 of Wands, I think, came up in every single pile. All right. All right, now. So if someone went to a tarot reader to consult about you, what would that tarot reader tell them? What would they learn about you? All right, so automatically off the rip, something that I could say is that this person would definitely talk about how important I think self-care is to you, how important and I think the funny thing too is that what I got was that what I heard was like, if I didn't have to work, I wouldn't. So you're someone who I feel like is more of a homebody, or just someone who, like, you just kind of like to do things, and you don't have to exert so much physical effort into it. So you could just be someone who values your naps, you value your rest, you value your times of meditation. But I think this is more so physical, only because I see that the energy here with the High Priestess is a little blocked, especially with your intuition. So for some reason, I'm just getting that it's more physical as opposed to, say, more mental or emotional. So I think that you're just someone who values your rest. I think that you're someone who likes to try a lot of new things, and I think that that's where your energy is really exerted. You really like to try new things. You really like to, you would be the person who, like, you want to skip the beginner and go straight to the intermediate class. With whatever you're doing, you just kind of want to skip through all the basic things and you want to start practicing, like, whatever that is for you. So I feel like this is also the energy of, like, when dads are about to have babies and it's like they have to build a crib and they're like, I'm not looking at the instructions, I could just take the pieces out and start building. I don't need instructions. I don't need instructions. I just kind of got that from you. So you're someone who I think you're very active in that sense, where it's like, I don't need instructions. I don't need a beginner class. I don't need none of that. Just get me straight to what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what I want to know. I want to know that, you know? So kind of impulsive, but not really in a sense. You just kind of don't have time for the little things. I think you really like to focus on the bigger aspects of things. But regardless of anything, you're definitely someone who could potentially be lazy at times, or just someone who just values the rest, and you need that rest. You need that time. Now, other things about you, I just want to get some clarification on this card as well. Yeah, I was definitely thinking that. I feel like something else about you is that when it comes to relationships, a tarot reader will also tell them that, you know, this person could potentially be a little impulsive when it comes to that. You're just really guided by your passion as opposed to anything else. So you're someone who could definitely be a lover boy or a lover girl. It's like if someone sparks your energy and attention, you may not check it against your intuition. You'll just kind of look at, okay, let me see, this person look good. Okay, check. You got a job. Okay. Or you're self-employed. All right. You're getting money. Check. Okay. You have this and that. All right. Check. But the other things that you also need to check is, you know, how, you know, is this person good for longevity? You know, is this person, you know, is this someone that I can attach myself to without any issues? You know, so a tarot reader would probably tell them like, you know, this person might jump into a relationship with you like, you know what I'm trying to say? But it's literally based off of other things. It's literally based off of your passion and attraction to this person, because it's really primal for you. I feel like you can sense sexual energies like easily, especially when it comes to someone. Like you can meet someone and just be like, I'm turned on by this person, like everything about this person and their appearance, like I just want to know who you are. Like you're that type of person as well. I don't want to say you're superficial, but the superficial aspects of people combined with that raw sexual primal energy could lead you to attach yourself to people without really checking other things about them, you know, that you should check. And then, yeah, like it would just make you more susceptible to getting into a relationship with someone and just, you know, joining with attaching yourself to someone, but maybe you do need a little bit much more information. And I think that's how y'all are. Like y'all aren't really, you don't really like to wait. That's probably the impulse thing that I'm getting, is the impatience of not really wanting to wait. You just kind of check off your boxes and then you're just like, okay, you look good. Let me jump into things with you. But you can't always necessarily do that because people be wilding. People be wilding. But nevertheless, I will say that you will try to make things work. You will try to, here goes the Knight of Wands too. I was just talking about y'all being impulsive, but nevertheless, I will say that that you will try to make things work. You will try to make things work. Okay, you will try to, you know, stabilize things and make things do things as best as you can to make things as successful as they can be. But one of those things definitely is going to have to be you being able to listen to your intuition so that you even know if this is someone that you should be with or not. Like, so you're not just putting your energy into a situation that's not going to benefit you at the end of the day, you know, on the long run. But if someone appeals to you, if you feel sexually attracted to someone, like you will give it a chance. I can say that. If someone appeals to you, you will give it a chance. But other than that, let's get some more cards down. Let's get some more cards down. I could definitely say that you all are very hopeful people. So that's why I was like lover boy, lover girl. But it's also like giving me hopeless romantic type of hopeless romantic. I don't even know who makes these things up within our society. Like hopeful romantic. Like you're someone who definitely has hope into situations. And I also feel like you're someone who relies, for some reason I got that you rely heavily on astrology within your decisions. You rely heavily on astrology within your decisions. But yeah, I definitely got a hopeful romantic. So I think if it's an opportunity that you think that you'll be very successful at, you'll actually put in the time, the energy, and the effort. You know, if you feel like, you know what, this person kind of checks off the boxes. They're interested in me. So let's see if we can make this thing into a relationship. But that's something that you definitely have to check and think about, because you can't make every person that you encounter into like into a relationship, if that makes sense. You know, like some people you can only be friends with them, other people you may can only have, you know, have sexual relationship with them and that be it. And then there are going to be those people where it's like, you know what, this person could be my husband, you know. So you just have to, I think the thing that you need to do is you need to utilize your intuition to be able to delineate between the two, you know, between the two. That's my you know, advice for you, is like you really have to be able to delineate between, if this is someone that I know I can be with, is this a boyfriend, is this just a friend, or is this someone that I know I can have a sexual relationship with, or is this someone that I can actually, that's my husband, like I can do everything with that person, or that's my wife, I can do and be everything with that person. You know, you really have to be able to delineate between the two. But other than that, a tarot reader will also tell them that you really only put time and energy into things that you really feel like you could be immediately successful at. That's the thing about you. You do that, but you really don't like to start at the beginning. You're just like, nope, I don't want to learn all that stuff. Just get me straight into the practice. That's the type of person that you are. But yeah, I can definitely say that you are definitely a hopeful person. There is you feel more comfortable when things are moving. You feel more comfortable when things are active. I feel like you physically know that you need your rest. You might be lazy at times. It is what it is. But when it comes down to the things that you want in life, you really don't want to wait. You know, you want to go after those things that you want, and you're an active person, and you put time into things that are important to you, is kind of what I'm getting. That's what you do. So you're not all the way lazy. You just put time and effort into things that you want to put time and effort into. Like, you're a choosy type of person. You be choosing. You be choosing. So I got a lot of cards here, but I'm just going to take out this card because it was poking out of the deck. And then I'm also going to take this card as well with so we have Ishtar with communion, and then we also have the moon. So I do think you're someone who you know, would spend a lot of time with this, with, you know, that person. Something that they could definitely hear from a tarot reader is like, no, you would hear from this person. Like, especially if you check off the boxes in that person's head, they're gonna show you that they're interested in them. And I think that that's something important for you. You like quality time would be one of your love languages. You must spend time with someone, you know, you must spend time. I think you need to know that through quality time, and it helps you with feeling insecure with wherever you stand with someone, you know. This is the only reason why I would say continue to open up your intuition, you know, but you need that physical presence and closeness in order to feel secure, because you don't want to feel, you know, feelings of loneliness. Like, that's important to you. Like, you want to be in a relationship with someone and not feel lonely, because if you feeling lonely, you might as well be single. Like, if that's the case, okay, if we could keep it a buck and a bean. But this is what's important to you. You must have the time. You must be able to spend time with others. It makes you feel warm. It makes you feel needed. It makes you feel included. It makes you feel involved. But at the end of the day too, something else that if you didn't think it was important to you, your intuition is going to be important for you as well. So this is something you have to continue to keep developing, so that you have the ability to see things even when they may not, see things as they are, even when they're not as warm and fuzzy, you know. Because oftentimes when things are warm and fuzzy, everyone's so happy and they just perform to the best of their ability. And then when things aren't warm and fuzzy, it's like things become depressed. And people don't want to try. And now people, you know, want to break up or separate themselves from another person or whatever, you know. So it's just like, what's important to you is to, what is going to be important for you at least is that you can utilize your intuition so that you're on point regardless of what the overall energy is telling you. At least you know within yourself you're centered and you're on point with things. But yeah, that's what I would say. I would say that what's important to you as well is just being able to navigate within the dark and within the light. That's important to you. So it's like, in a sense, I don't know why you're not, I don't know why you could not be listening to your intuition when it comes to relationships, because you actually have the ability to just be consistent. There's like an air of consistency with you. You have the potential to be consistent. And like I said, when there's things that you really like, and there's things that you may be passionate about, you put your all into those things, you know. So I would probably just ask for you to just check your consistency and, you know, your ability to not even allow to your ability to allow all areas of your life to be consistent, you know, to do that. So I hope that helped. So let's move into hip hop queens. Let's move into hip hop queens, and we'll see what else a tarot reader would tell them about you. Okay. So we have sexuality with salt and pepper. I was just talking about that primal sexual energy, like that primal energy that kind of comes up with the lovers. But yeah. Okay. So with salt and pepper, something else that's, well, what's important to you? I think sex is a very important thing to you. I think it is a way in which you can not only be active. Yeah, it's like a way that in which you can physically be active, and it's just, I think that's what it is for you. I think you really like that. So you could be someone like in your sexual experiences where it's like you're doing a lot, you know. I don't want to call anybody a pillow princess, but you would be the opposite of someone who does that. It's like you're actually really active, like you're an active participant, and it's important for you to satisfy your needs. That's why I think it's so easy for you when you see someone that's attractive, you're interested in them, and they're interested in you. This is why I feel like you you pursue that person, or would allow that person to pursue you, is because your sexual needs are important to you. You know, it just really is. And you aren't afraid to express that. You know, you're not afraid to express that, you know, that's what you need. And it's funny too, because you also got the city girls, and the city girls are like that as well. They're not really afraid to express what their sexual needs are, or what it is that they actually want. But I think that's important to you. But then also here, the other side to it is also with hustle, and just the fact that, like I said, you put energy into things that you really want, you know, or things that you really like. You do. Anything else is like, I don't know what you're talking about. But when it comes down to your own potential, like your own energy output, it's like you put it into things that you want, like I said. So with hustle, with the city girls, you know, they're all about money. They're all about their cash. They're all about, you know, even to the point of where one of them went to jail because they wanted money. So with that being said, is like, you all just really have, what I got too was also ambition, as well, and just making sure that your financial situation is being taken care of. So let's see. I'm gonna get you a card from Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Get you a card from Oracle of the Hidden Worlds and see what else is important to you, or what else a tarot reader would tell them, rather. What else would a tarot reader tell them? Give me a sec. This is a new deck. It is a new deck, and I don't like bending my cards. That's just me. That's just me. So you all got the Tree of Illumination, Truth, Revelations, and also Understanding. Now the Tree of Illumination, that also brings me back to this Lover's card as well, and just taking it back to, you know, even the Garden of Eden. So for the Truth of Illumination, it says Truth, Revelations, and Understanding. So this is also something that a tarot reader would tell them. If you feel like you're not utilizing your intuition as much as you could be, I would definitely say that you should. you should definitely spend the time that you need to increase your knowledge and awareness of things, so you have an even more heightened sense of knowledge and awareness, because you have the potential to, especially with the tree of illumination. I definitely think that you are a strong person and you have the ability to create a very strong foundation. Now, I think that it may be a little misguided if you're not using your intuition, and you may be a little more susceptible to superficiality and even materialism. But I would definitely say, oh yeah, that's something a tarot reader will tell them about you is they must they must come correct with that money. They must have money. I think you already know, like, you're not dating someone who is broke. That's not something that you're interested in, and you also need your sexual needs to be met. But yeah, I definitely think that you should definitely utilize your intuition even a little bit more, because you have the potential to solidify your foundation even more so from a sense of truth. Like, you have the ability to do that. Like, you have the ability to see the end of things. You have the ability to see the truth of the matter. Even with the moon card here, it's like that is something that is within your nature and ability to do so. So you just can't be focused on just, superficial aspects or things that make you feel warm and fuzzy. You can actually get in there. If you haven't done shadow work yet, that is amazing for you, because you'll actually be surprised at your ability to go ahead and do some shadow healing for yourself and still come back and still be the same person, but even just a more evolved person. So I think that something about you is you might be a little afraid of change, or you think, if I do this thing, what is it going to do? So you probably don't want to do those things because you're afraid of who you might become on the other end of it. But I would definitely say, just to expand and think about other things that could actually really benefit you in life as well, because you would have the ability to gain a certain type of strength, knowledge, wisdom, information from that thing. So I wouldn't cut myself off from new things and being more flexible, But that's it, y'all. I hope I definitely gave you all some great messages for what a tarot reader would tell them about you right now, and if a relationship would be successful right now with that person, whoever it is that's checking in on you. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see y'all again in the next reading. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your day.